It's painting time for our kitchen remodel. We picked 4 swatches from Benjamin Moore, all in eggshell. The first up is Cotton Balls. The second shade is Benjamin Moore Cloud White. These were definitely the 2 cooler colors of the 4. The third shade was White Chocolate, which definitely had a bit of a more yellow undertone compared to the first 2. And finally, Bavarian Cream, which also leaned pretty yellow. These swatches were a little bit hard to tell the true color since the walls hadn't been primed yet after we drywalled, but I took some pictures on other walls and decided on the left 2. Before we could paint, we first applied primer to all the areas that had been retextured or had drywall repair after we removed our soffits in our kitchen. My husband did most of this using a roller for the larger areas and a paintbrush for all of the edges and the corners. This gave us a nice, smooth, ready surface for paint. We started with the ceilings first, using the same paint to match the rest of our ceilings. It's just a basic white from Sherwin-Williams. We ended up having to do a couple coats and covered up all of the new drywall repair. It blended in pretty well with the rest of our ceiling, so we didn't have to paint the rest of the room. Once we finished on the ceilings, we then worked on the green color in our breakfast nook bar stool area. This is a color called Clary Sage from Sherwin-Williams in a satin sheen. I always start with a paintbrush first for all the corners and edges, and then move in with a roller. Once it was done, it was all nice and even and green again, ready for countertops and bar stools. Probably have to do a little bit of touch-ups here and there, but it's better to paint before all of the new install. To me, this is the perfect shade of sage. It's not too cool toned or mint, but it still gives a little bit of warmth. Then we painted the rest of our kitchen Cloud White from Benjamin Moore, and I love the shade of white it turned out. It was really hard for me to pick a white, but I think it looks like a nice, classic, warm neutral, and it will look great with new cabinets and counters once our kitchen is done.